Travel back with me thousands of years to a continent not of darkness, but of dazzling light. Long before European ships reached its shores, Africa was a cradle of magnificent empires, bustling cities, and profound artistic traditions. Our journey begins where life itself seems to spring from the water, along the fertile banks of the Nile River, and stretches across the vast, golden savannahs where the story of humanity itself was written. This is the story of Africa's dawn, a tale of majesty and innovation that has been overlooked for far too long. Our first stop is the land of the pharaohs, ancient Egypt. For over 3 millennia, this civilization dominated the ancient world. They weren't just pyramid builders. They were master astronomers, mathematicians, and engineers. Imagine the Great Pyramid of Giza, a structure so perfectly aligned with the cardinal points, built with millions of stone blocks, some weighing as much as 80 tons. They developed one of the world's first writing systems, hieroglyphics, to record their history, their beliefs, and their day-to-day life. Their medical knowledge was astounding. They performed complex surgeries and had remedies for hundreds of ailments. The pharaohs, seen as gods on earth, presided over a deeply spiritual society that gave us the concepts of the afterlife. Mummification and monumental temples like Karnak and Abu Simbel. This was a civilization of unparalleled grandeur, a beacon of knowledge whose light would influence cultures for centuries to come. But the story of the Nile doesn't end with Egypt. Journeying south, we discover the powerful Kingdom of Kush, a civilization that was both a rival and, for a time, a ruler of Egypt itself. The Kushite kings, known as the Black Pharaohs, established the 25th dynasty, uniting the entire Nile Valley from the Mediterranean to the heart of Africa. Their capital, Meroë, became a powerhouse of iron production, its furnaces glowing day and night, earning it the nickname the Birmingham of Africa. The wealth from iron and trade fueled the construction of a unique architectural legacy. The Meroitic pyramids, smaller and steeper than their Egyptian counterparts. Over 200 of these stunning structures still stand in the Sudanese desert, marking the tombs of Kushite royalty. Meroë was a cosmopolitan hub, creating its own script and worshipping its own gods alongside Egyptian deities. A testament to a culture that was both independent and deeply connected to the wider world. Now, let's venture west into what is now Nigeria, to uncover a culture that left behind some of Africa's most enigmatic and beautiful art. We're talking about the Nok culture, which flourished from around 1500 BC. The Nok people were among the earliest iron smelters in West Africa, but it's their terracotta sculptures that have truly captivated the world. These life-sized and miniature human and animal figures are stylistically unique, with their triangularized, elaborate hairstyles and expressive features. What were they for? Were they portraits of ancestors, idols for rituals, or something else entirely? We may never know for sure, but each sculpture provides a tantalizing glimpse into a sophisticated society with a rich, spiritual, and artistic life. The Noka culture demonstrates that long before the great empires of the later periods, complex societies with incredible artistic skill were thriving across the continent. From art, we turn to immense wealth. Further west, a powerful empire arose, so rich in gold that it became legendary. This was the Empire of Ghana. Arab traders called its ruler the richest king in the world on account of his treasures and stocks of gold. Located strategically between the Sahara's salt mines and the gold fields of West Africa, Ghana controlled the trans-Saharan trade routes. Caravans of camels, sometimes thousands strong, traversed the desert to trade salt, cloth, and horses for gold, ivory, and slaves. The capital, Kumbi Saleh, was a sprawling metropolis, divided into two cities, one for the Muslim traders with its stone houses and mosques, and the other for the king and his royal court. The king's power was absolute. His court a spectacle of golden shields, swords, and even dogs with golden collars. The Empire of Ghana wasn't just a kingdom. It was an economic superpower that shaped the destiny of West Africa for centuries. Traveling east across the continent to the Horn of Africa, we find the Aksumite Empire, a major player on the world stage during the time of the Roman Empire. Situated in modern-day Ethiopia and Eritrea, Aksum controlled the vital trade routes of the Red Sea. From its port of Agilis, ships sailed to India, Arabia, and the Mediterranean, trading ivory, spices, and precious metals. Aksum was so powerful it was considered one of the four great powers of its time, alongside Rome, Persia, and China. Its most iconic legacy is the massive stelae or obelisks carved from single blocks of granite, some towering over 20 meters high, marking the tombs of its rulers. Aksum was also one of the first empires in the world to officially adopt Christianity in the 4th century, a faith that remains central to Ethiopian identity to this day. They even minted their own coins, a clear sign of their sovereignty and global influence. From the 13th century, the city of Benin became the center of a powerful empire. The Oba, or king, was a divine ruler, and his palace was a sprawling complex, its history and lineage immortalized in art. The artists of Benin were masters of brass and ivory casting. Using the lost wax technique, they created thousands of intricate plaques, commemorative heads, and sculptures. These weren't just decorative items. They were historical documents. The Benin bronzes, which adorned the palace pillars and narrated the kingdom's history, its royal lineage, and its spiritual beliefs. The level of detail and realism is simply stunning, capturing the regal power of the Abas and the rich ceremonial life of the court. The art of Benin is a powerful reminder of the deep connection between power, history, and artistic expression in pre-colonial Africa. From the pyramids of Kush to the golden courts of Ghana, from the global trade of Aksum to the terracotta art of Nok, the story of early Africa is one of astounding achievement. These civilizations were not isolated or primitive. They were complex, dynamic, and deeply connected to the world around them. They built monumental cities, commanded vast trade networks, and produced art that continues to inspire. This was a continent of kings, scholars, artists, and innovators. As we've journeyed through just a handful of its incredible pre-colonial empires, we see a rich tapestry of human ingenuity and cultural brilliance. The dawn of African majesty was not just a fleeting moment. It was a vibrant era that laid the foundations for the continent's future and left an indelible mark on the history of the world. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey through time. If you found this as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the past. Let me know in the comments which African empire you'd like to explore next. See you in the next video.